Hello and welcome to take two of the Interesting Football Club. I'm going to deliver exactly the same joke and we're going to react to it in exactly the same way. We have started making jerseys for this club. They are sponsored by Jersey Mike's, no relation.
It's a real banger. Real banger of a joke.
Any- anyway, Zach's here.
I laughed for last time
Michael's here.
before you dropped your microphone. It'd be really funny if you just
Hello.
dropped your microphone again after that exact same setup.
Yeah, we were reacting in the same way, and you didn't drop your mic in the same way, Tom. What's going on?
I broke us out of the time loop, finally.
Oh
Who
yeah,
knew?
okay,
That's what I
yay!
had to do.
Now, yeah,
Oh no, I
now
keep
we can
on
go forward. That's good.
peeking my mic when I. Okay, so I wanted to just I wanted to talk about fans and sports fans, and because I have a couple of interesting stories, and this is just the place that we do that. So I'm gonna set the tone here, uh, by just regaling you with a story of a recent sporting event that I was at. I was at a Buffalo Sabres game, as I do, and
Those are always fun events. They never feel like a wait.
yeah, and there's no pressure because they're bad. Um, so if you, it's great.
It's like a wake for your friend who routinely snorted cocaine out of uh what's the he snorted cocaine out of a poison dart frog that he kept in a burning building. Uh, and every single time he stepped on the broken glass that he refused to clean up, like you're not surprised that he's dead, but you're still sad about it.
Yeah. You're upset,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
altogether astonished. It's fantastic when we went. The Sabres lost 6-2, and it was just the most relaxing experience. uh, but
Yeah.
the story that I want to tell. Uh, uh,
Luckily, sorry, Tim. Luckily for Buffalo sports fans, we didn't immediately get even worse news afterwards, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Luckily for Buffalo sports fans, we didn't immediately get even worse news right after that game, right?
No, that never happens. Uh,
It
uh,
never happened. No one would ever trade our favorite player for
Whoa,
a couple of
whoa,
draft picks.
whoa. Hey, we traded him. That means we hated him the whole time. Uh, don't don't worry, folks at home. We're gonna talk about Stefan Diggs today. I don't know if you tune in for talking about Stefan Diggs, but that's what we're gonna do today. But first, I have to finish my story about the Buffalo
I
Sabres.
picked the wrong year to cut back on drinking. Jesus Christ.
You've been drinking Jesus Christ?
Yeah, I know. This was his blood was wine, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say he did give us the fact that his blood gets you drunk, and he did that for a reason.
I eat little pieces of shit like you for breakfast. Anyway, I have a story. I'm telling a story, you guys.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
uh, 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 the goaltender, the Sabres goaltender, Lukavinen, was performing historically badly. He let in 4 goals in I think the first 7 minutes of the game. Not good. And this man was going on tilt. And the crowd all turned against him and started booing our own goaltender. And this is point number one, okay? Don't boo your own team, you fucking assholes. He knows. He knows. He know. I promise. He feels worse about it than you do. Uh,
Yeah.
but the whole crowd booed him, and then they pulled him from the game. And then the Sabres are down 4-0 in the first intermission, and they have like a pee wee hockey exhibition match. They bring out like two little teams, and they're all like 7 or 8 years old, and Sabretooth, who is the Sabres mascot, is refereeing. And it's the cutest thing I've ever seen, and the crowd is going fucking nuts. They are going insane. It's a man. Like one of the people behind us in the section remarked, "Oh my god, this is the best hockey we've seen in months." Uh, which is very funny.
That's
Uh,
very funny.
Yeah.
uh, The blue team had a much better offense, but the white team had a fantastic goaltender. And every time the white goaltender would make a block, the entire crowd would go insane. They were cheering for this person like it was round 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It was amazing. At one
Did they
point,
consider having him sub in?
oh my god, it was fantastic. Unironically, someone in one of the back rows of the section right in front of us was like, "We should see if she's looking to get on the team." She can't do worse, right? Which is mean but funny.
The NHL does have that rule where like every team has like an emergency goalie in the crowd just in case all of their goalies get hurt.
Yeah. It's,
Wait, are you saying?
and every no, don't you
No,
dare
that's a
take my
real
joke.
thing.
Don't you dare take my joke, Zach. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do it. I'm taking it.
I'll let you get to the airbutt joke first.
Oh no! Oh, we went in different directions. Okay, we'll come back to the airbutt joke. I was gonna make a designated survivor joke.
Oh, it's a designated survivor for goalies. There's just
Yeah.
like Secretary Buttigieg just sitting in the crowd, ready to sub in.
Yeah. And at the State of the Union address, like the Secretary of Transportation is at a Sabres game, and at a Sabres game, there's always a spare goalie at the State of the Union address. I like that joke. I don't know. I like that joke. Fuck both of you. Zach, do the airbud.
No, I was gonna say, is there any rule in the NHL rule book that says you can have a dog as your goalie or not? Because if all your goalies are hurt, the guy in the crowd like trips and falls and breaks his elbow on the way in, you might need a golden retriever to be your goalie.
Yeah, if your goalie slips and breaks his leg on the way in, you might need a golden retriever.
I guess a Labrador is probably used to the colder temperatures, right? Or like a husky.
I would love
Malamute.
to see a
In the
husky
comment-
playing.
In the comments, tell us what dog you would pick as a goaltender for a hockey team in which a speeding puck is going to fly at them.
In the comments below, please tell us what dog you think would be best in the line of presidential succession.
So that too. It'd be like a very smart dog, like a Labrador, right?
So the white team's goalie grabs a shot like over her shoulder, right? She grabs it out of the air. Then she passes it forward to one of her team members who goes on a breakaway, and the crowd all gets on their feet all at the same time. She scores in the top right of the net, and the entire crowd goes fucking nuts. and this fucking 8-year-old child does this lap around the whole ice, and her hands in the air, and the whole crowd's going insane. That was lovely. But you guys,
that sounds lovely.
I have wonderful news. This story turns so much worse. After this little exhibition match. Okay, you ready? After this little exhibition match, the same person who always does all the interviews for all the Buffalo Sabres game, right? Is down there talking to the players, and she talks to this little kid, and she says, "Hey, did you have fun out there?" And she says, "Yeah." I said, "What's your name?" She says, "Ashley." And she said, "How old are you, Ashley?" And she says, "I'm 8 years old." And she says, "What team do you play for?" And she says, "I play for the Stars." And then she says, "If you could pick any goal song to play when you score a goal, what would it be?" And she says, "Anything by Taylor Swift." And the entire fucking crowd boos this 8-year-old child. In perfect unison, this entire crowd goes, "Boo, boo."
Amazing.
I fall on my knees and thank the God that I don't believe in every day that I was born in the one city that despises Taylor Swift.
Oh my god, it was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm crying thinking about it. It was so goddamn
Look,
funny.
I'm normally against booing 8-year-olds. I normally would say don't boo an 8-year-old girl just because she likes Taylor Swift.
Oh my
But-
god. Oh my god. Ashley,
But, you
Ashley,
know-
it's still sensitive, Ashley. Come on. You don't watch football,
Yeah,
do you,
we-
Ashley?
It was literally the last match we played, Ashley. let us pull one over on the Chiefs first.
Yeah, like you can go back to
Uh.
liking Taylor Swift. Like give us until like June, okay? Come on.
Give us one Super Bowl and you'll be okay to like Taylor Swift again, okay? We only need one Super Bowl win, and then Buffalo will be chill about everything for the rest of time.
It's the funniest thing I've
that's
ever seen in my
amazing.
entire life. Of this crowd of full adults all booing this child.
Their hate for Taylor Swift is stronger than their decency of booing a child.
Oh my god!
I'm
And
so glad.
And I was one of the
I
nice
don't
ones.
have egg on my face and Lana Del Rey isn't dating any football players I hate.
I was one of the nice ones. I barely threw anything. This is amazing. And the announcer tried to continue the interview, like she realized what was happening and tried to continue the interview. And I'm like, you didn't vet these questions? My God, she could have said anything. My God.
Yeah, it could have been even worse.
My God, like what if
I
what if she pulled out NWA? What the hell?
Yeah, that is great.
What's your goal
was
song?
gonna-
Anything by the Wu-Tang Clan. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh.
I was just gonna say-
fuck the police is my goal song.
Yeah. I was gonna say the reaction you guys had to the emergency goalie thing makes me think you may not have heard the story of Dave Ayers.
I don't know this
What?
story.
Okay, there's a story here.
All right.
So, the Toronto Maple Leafs were playing the Carolina Hurricanes, and for some reason, the Hurricanes needed the emergency goalie used, and there's only one at like each arena. And the emergency goalie in the Maple Leafs arena was the Zamboni driver for the Maple Leafs AHL team,
Nice.
and he had to suit up at 42 years old and play goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes, and they won 6-3.
Oh my God. This is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yep. I think
Oh
he
my
played the Maple Leafs. Because yeah, he's their AHL affiliates driver. So maybe I assume that's who I'm pretty sure that's who they were playing against. I remember. Yeah, it was against the Maple Leafs. So yeah, the Maple Leafs own minor league Zamboni driver suited up in goal at last minute's notice at 42 years old and then beat them in a National Hockey League game.
Holy shit, let's go. Let's absolutely go. I love this person.
He's
Yeah.
He's a coach for like the teenagers league that they have for hockey in Ontario, one of the teams. So he's clearly passionate about hockey and probably never thought he would ever get to play, let alone win an NHL match. But there he is. Good for him.
This is everyone's dream.
Beating his employer.
This is everyone's dream, going to a sporting event. That they'll turn and like look at the crowd and say, "Does anyone here want to come out and play? You there?"
I literally had a dream once that I was the sub for a fucking Dota team, and due to some fucking shenanigans, I had to play at the international. It was a good dream. I am not good enough that would ever happen. I don't want to mislead a single person. I am trash at that game.
I want to just go. Well, okay, so Zach, you would be the designated goalie for like a Dota team, right? You're the designated jungler.
Basically, I'm the hard support who knows how to buy and place wards and doesn't mind when people aggressively ping him. Like that would be me. They'd be like, through some ridiculous shenanigans, one person's visa was denied, and the other person contracted like
Like
an illness that they can't play with or travel with, and the other guy like scrambling, couldn't get here in time. But Zach already lives in America where the international is going to be, so we'll just fly him to the other side of the country and have him play for fucking as many games as we can do. And honestly, I feel like under those conditions, we could win one match.
yeah, like
We'd make it out of the best of ones in the lower bracket.
I'm
I
out
feel
here
like we could win a couple of that.
like if I was sitting in the crowd and they needed a substitute for a pro level Smash tournament, I'm out here like I don't know, but like if you need someone to like if you need someone in the seat, I will try really hard to take a stock off somebody. I bet I can take one stock off one person.
Is it, yeah, crew battles thing where it's like, oh, we're down one and we just need a person.
Oh my god, can we do this bit? This is the dunk in the tall bit. Can we do this dunk in the tall bit? Right? This is the trial of 7. This is the like you need to you're entering a video game tournament and you need to like ride up and down and get someone to join your Super Smash Brothers team. And if you can't, you forfeit the match and they kill you.
There was a similar in Dota. They had Dirt Mall, which is every like streamer puts together a team with their fans, but they're allowed to do shenanigans. So occasionally, one of their fans was like a semi-pro player who just like blocked off some time in the schedule to absolutely clown on the like average level players who are on the other team, and all sorts of other nonsense. It was good. It was a fun time watching those.
This reminds me of the time I went to FlameCon a few years ago, and I entered. There were 2 tournaments. There was one real tournament and one casual tournament, and I made the mistake of entering the casual tournament. And I should not have done that. I felt extremely mean.
Well, yeah, because we've been, at least I've been, I don't know, like to some of the local like Smash events back in a unnamed Rust Belt city where the Buffalo Bills play nearby.
Yeah.
Because the stadium's technically not in. But and I got my ass kicked at all of them. So I would think, yeah, I should be in the casual one. But as it turns out, casual means different things to different people.
Yeah. Yeah, like according to the average Smash player, I am not a casual Smash player. I am the person that you don't invite to the casual Smash tournament anymore.
Yeah. Well, when I moved to Pennsylvania and the large nondescript organization I worked for in the year of 2022, I was the single best Smash player, and we had our big conference in early September for no reason in particular. We had a Smash tournament, and I just demolished everybody. And I'm not even the best Smash player I know. I'm not even particularly close to the best Smash player I know. So there's like a missing middle for us, Tom,
Yeah.
that we have to like find a way to be a part of. Like if I go to the people who go to it every fucking weekly and play like 4 hours a day reliably, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. But I will also be the person who like ruins your 12-year-old's like day when they're like, I'm gonna play in the casual tournament. I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, the pickup games people get mad at me, and the tournaments I get mad at me, so I don't know where to play Smash.
Yeah, there's really no happy medium here.
Anyway, let's talk about football. Michael, how do you feel about this number 10 on this list, which I don't believe has any methodology? I think this is just this person's pick. But here it is. 10th meanest fans, Seattle Seahawks. This is from 2012, by the way.
I was gonna say I noticed it's 2012, so.
So some things have changed, but others haven't.
Correct.
So the Seahawks, people in Seattle can be like rude, but not in an aggressive way. It's a very passive aggressive city.
Yeah, they're really like turn up their nose kind of rude at you.
Yeah, yes. There's the I work for Microsoft. I don't have to deal with this sort of mentality going on.
Sidebar: I'm on a Seahawk diet.
Yeah. Seahawk.
Anyway. Michael, you go.
I,
Go ahead. How
I
do you
would
feel about
go on.
this?
I would go on to have several things I dislike about the Seahawks in the years shortly following 2012. So I'm fine with them being on the list of meanest fans. They uh they
I
broke
like
the
how they're
Packers'
jumping on
hearts
the
a few
poor
times.
Mariners here. The Mariners, who have been through more nonsense than most professional sports teams ever will, are
Yeah.
getting clowned on by whoever wrote this, which makes me think whoever wrote this for Bleacher Report might also be part of a mean fan base if he's like just finding every sports team in the city to dunk on.
I'm so excited that we're gonna judge the person who wrote this article so much more than these sports teams. Baltimore Ravens. I think that I want to take this one. I'm gonna field this one. I used to live in DC. I'm sorry, in the just south of DC. So the people from DC don't fight me. And I interacted with a lot of people from Baltimore, and they do not seem like unpleasant fans. Uh, uh, they seem actually like quite nice. They remind me a lot of Bills fans, actually. Especially now that they've started to perform a little bit better. They are very graceful winners and very graceful losers, at least in my experience.
Yeah, I've never had like I've heard other teams from the same you know division talk about them conference, I guess, and they uh not conference division, yeah, they hate them, but they hate them for being good, not because the like fans are assholes. Now, granted, they kind of flaunt it a little bit, but if my team is good, I flaunt it too. Like, God, it took forever for the Bills to get there, so I don't blame you for being like, "Fuck yeah, my team is awesome now."
Yeah,
Correct, they are.
yeah,
Congrats.
they're pretty good.
Uh,
They're pretty
yeah.
good. Uh, not as good as the Chiefs, but they're pretty good. Anyway,
I do notice he cited the source of a YouTube video where they're yelling at Colts fans,
yeah,
which
I
it's
what
like,
this
oh,
is not
that
the
makes
most
sense.
scientific thing I've
Like,
ever seen.
right,
The Colts also were Baltimore's old team before they
right.
left, so
It's like, yeah,
it's a
if you're gonna
rivalry sort
yell
of.
at anyone, Colts fans kind of makes sense.
My God, they
As
have to
someone
be
who
on the
might
list
maybe
of.
spending
Dang it,
is somebody
we
who
need a
might
talking
maybe be
shell.
spending a good part of his next year in the state of Indiana. I'm going to refrain from saying anything bad about Colts fans. Uh, gonna duck that subject. Colts fans, y'all are fine until we get to you
Uh,
on this list, I guess.
you know what?
They're
You know what?
fine.
Here's a fun game. I want to figure out. So this person, I think this person's name is David. Yeah. All right, David. We're gonna try to
Good
figure
Ellison.
out who David's team is over the course of this. I bet we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
Uh,
yeah, I was gonna say the Colts fans are fine. It just makes sense that the Ravens fans would yell at them. Like, you know, I understand why.
Lions fans, like now again, this is a little bit older, but the Lions fans did the Lions did surprisingly well this year, and the fans did not seem to be assholes about it, at least not as far as I could tell.
No, they're very nice. Now,
Yeah.
granted, we also there's some like Bills Lions solidarity there. My mom was actually on a cruise, uh, and they were not showing the NFL games for whatever reason. And it was a bunch of Bills fans and a bunch of Lions fans gathering together, being like, "Come on, fucking, this doesn't happen a lot for our franchises. We have to watch it."
What the hell am I reading?
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I've got some questions about David's
Uh,
methodology here.
all right. Who wants to read this? But in the okay, wait, we're learning some things about this person. This person looks down on people who like. This person is like categorical hipster. They look down on people who like
Okay.
quote unquote normal stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
to be fair, if there was like one band to hate on, it's Nickelback.
Yeah,
Too
yeah, but
established for that to be
who's out
established.
here dunking on Blink 182?
That's the
Yeah,
thing. It was
okay.
like, oh, Nickelback was a meme to just hate Nickelback at roughly the time this article came out. But then why you
And
throwing in Blink
justifiably so.
182?
But Blink 182 is the one that people like have thought aged very well, and they had a major hit recently.
Yeah,
Like people ain't
Yeah.
done with Blink 182 yet.
They were good in they were good in
Also, I just
2004. They were good in 2012, and they're good now. What is this?
also as the
Yeah,
resident
so
NFC North
so he's
expert, I was just
sorry. Go
gonna
ahead.
say if the Vikings and the Bears aren't higher on this list, I'm gonna question why the Lions are on this list because I think
Yeah,
everyone in the NFC North would like unanimously say, besides your team, which team's fan base is like the least annoying? Everyone would say the Lions are the least annoying.
Yeah, because
yeah. There's some humility there. Also, he's saying they're mean for like being upset that Nickelback was the performer at Thanksgiving. I'd be upset. That doesn't make you mean. That means you have ears. Okay, like he's dunking on Nickelback, but he's also dunking on them for dunking on Nickelback.
come on,
Yeah.
what? This is ridiculous. Still get points in the mean column for their hatred of the Chad Kroger helmed Canadian rock group. What is this bullshit? Anyway, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, okay. This one I'm surprised
This
isn't higher.
Yeah, this one tracks for me.
this should arguably number 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They definitely deserve to be on the list. I'm not going to dispute that. I just think they could go up a couple slots.
go up a couple. What?
Yep. Yep.
Slots.
What vowel is in that word?
Yeah.
SLOTS.
Okay, that's good.
Slots.
Good. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm just making sure. I didn't know what you were going up a couple. Anyway.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I could make you buy. I could make you buy a vowel, and it'd be a really tough guess.
Damn it. It's slats. I knew
yeah,
it.
the dubbing
I
your
went to
South
Atlantic
America
City and blew all
team.
my money on.
yeah,
Sorry. It was
yeah.
slits.
One of those much more fun way to blow your money.
Yeah. I went to Home
Can't
Depot and
confirm.
bought a whole bunch of new slats for my fence.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Anyway, yeah, the Cowboys, and I haven't interacted with all that many Cowboys fans, but the few that I have interacted with, I don't know. There's a bit of like a fuck you attitude to them,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I for sure don't think is warranted anymore.
Do you
Uh,
do you remember our pre-pandemic karaoke bar? Actually, we went there recently now, because I started doing karaoke again. Uh, I went there right before a Cowboys at Buffalo game, and there were Cowboys fans there just talking shit about the Buffalo Bills before they performed their song, and it was really killing the vibe of karaoke. So for me, like that kind of like
oh yeah, dude,
didn't sit right.
and it really
You're not
speaks.
supposed to pick fights with the audience at karaoke.
And it really speaks to how low Buffalo Bills fans are on this list. We are among the nicest fans, as evidenced by the fact that that guy did not get his ass kicked. Uh, uh, I'm gonna wager that that guy did not get his ass kicked because we don't kick ass for people shit talking. We let it go, even though you might have deserved it, bud.
We know we're gonna ruin your Thanksgiving this year again. So, whatever.
Yeah, let's
You
go.
get your stress out.
Everything may be bigger, but
Yeah.
certainly everything is not better. This person is dunking on the state of Texas.
Yeah. Also, he's making fun of which was at the time a very new stadium with the giant jumbotron. But I gotta say, the giant jumbotron is actually pretty cool. Like, if you're gonna have, in addition to an NFL stadium, a giant jumbotron isn't a bad one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. If you're
Honestly,
gonna
fair.
if you're gonna have a giant, awesome stadium, it might as well be as giant as awesome as you can contain it in there. I
Yeah.
enjoy the ridiculous. Like a stadium's it takes up a huge amount of space and is ridiculous, and you might as well fucking make it not mediocre in that case. Like
Oh,
the
Yeah.
one in Las Vegas is probably my favorite. It looks like the fucking Death Star.
oh my
And it's all
god.
on commercial property anyways, so it's not like it's taking up any housing or anything.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
you guys. I need to
Can
go on a
confirm
sidebar.
Jerry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, can confirm Jerry World is fun to watch a game in.
I need to go on a very brief sidebar. while we're talking about stadiums. Uh, uh, as we know, the Buffalo Bills are building a new stadium. Have we three of us talked about my pitch for the name for the new stadium?
Give me the
No.
pitch. I haven't heard it.
Okay. I detest stadium names. I think that they are commercial bullshit. They're disgusting.
And it's usually just like a random company that has no ties to the like community. Like there are companies that like have a long history in Buffalo where I'll roll my eyes and say, at least it was something local.
Yes.
It's usually something that like fucking has no reason to be there. It's just
Yeah.
whoever was the highest bidder.
Now,
Miller Park in Milwaukee recently changed their name from Miller Park to like American Family Field, and it's like, why? Miller Park worked so well for the Brewers. That doesn't
yeah,
make any sense to be
Miller
anything else.
Miller Park tracked. You know what else tracked?
Yeah.
Ralph Wilson Stadium. Ralph
Yeah.
Wilson
Ralph
Stadium,
Wilson, owner of the Buffalo Bills.
named after the owner, the am I correct in saying this, Zach? The original owner of the Buffalo Bills when they came into the league in 1960, and they waited 6
I
months
believe
after
so.
he died in like what was it 2017? He died in 2017. They changed the name that year. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's just bad.
And it is now
I
called
think you have to
Highmark
pay.
Stadium.
I
It's
think you have
called
to
Highmark.
essentially pay.
You gotta have a
Sorry, I
doctor's
think you have to
fit.
pay essentially what it's rent to keep your name on a stadium. I think it's a rent-seeking thing where you have to pay every year to keep your name on a stadium. However, yeah, it is
Yeah.
Highmark,
Which is
a
named
company
per
based in Pittsburgh and not not very connected to Buffalo.
yeah, and if I may say so, an arguably predatory organization that is not good. Is not good.
Rest in peace, Joe Lieberman. You got what you wanted.
So
I've been told that his funeral is going to be private, Tom, and there won't be a public option.
hey, let's go. So I understand. I understand that it is a very valuable piece of real estate. I know that you need to get money out of it. Here's my pitch for you, okay? Control T. Is there anything on this that I need to be considered if I dox myself? No, okay.
No, it looks good for once.
Okay. Look at what I've Googled. Okay. Look at what I've Googled. Look what I've Googled.
A pig Josh Allen. Yes.
Okay. And I'll do it for you. Okay. I'm looking at camera too. Okay. I'll do it for you. I'll call them. Call Paramount. You call Paramount right now. You call them. You say, I want to sell you the naming rights for my stadium. I don't want it to be called I don't want it to be called Paramount Stadium. I want it to be called Peppa Pig Center. I want the stadium to be called. I want it to be Peppa Pig Stadium. And
oh my god! So instead of selling it out to brands, you sell it out to fictional characters so that you can have tie-in merch, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's lucrative, and it's long term, and it's quirky, and it's fun.
And it's a good way to promote your show that's on air right now. So like, if you imagine if this was happening when Game of Thrones was on TV, the Buccaneers could have had the Davos Seaworth Stadium.
Yeah, doesn't that sound awesome? Seaworth
People
Center.
would have thrown onions at the
Let's go.
Oh, this is so much more. Yeah, this is such a better opportunity. You still get the advertising potential out of it, but people have a reason to like explore new media, and also you get reason to sell crossover merch. Nobody's going to go buy a fucking Highmark T-shirt because of Highmark Stadium.
But
That'd be ridiculous.
I'll buy this stuffed animal. That's for goddamn sure. Look at this thing.
Yeah, I will buy the Josh Allen Peppa Pig.
Yeah,
Peppa Pig also might be our next starting wide receiver after the most recent trade news.
Oh no. Okay, so that's my pitch. Peppa Pig Center. Let's get on. We're gonna call the stadium we call the Pig Pen. Doesn't that sound fucking awesome?
I was gonna say, can we call it the Peppa Pig Pen? Was gonna be my pitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. And like you sell You sell hats with Highmark Stadium on them. No one knows what Highmark is except the people who've been screwed over by them. Uh, 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 Everyone knows Peppa Pig. I want to. The only colors in the stadium are blue and white and pink. I want Peppa Pig all over that goddamn stadium. That sounds fucking awesome and hilarious, and other teams will flock to our stadium because it'll be so silly.
I I'm I am on board for this, and also this leads potential for somebody to pick a really like risque or edgy character as the person who's on all their stadiums.
Shadow
Yeah.
the Hedgehog Arena.
Well,
Yeah,
you could have the Joker Arena for the edgy side, but I'm thinking you could take from a very like adult oriented property and just slam like a scantily clad character all over. I'm talking, of course, about Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh my god. Oh my god. JoJo Stadium. Hell yeah.
JoJo Stadium,
Why don't we do
take a
that?
stand.
Yeah, yeah,
Get like the Walter White Dome.
oh hell yeah. Optimus Prime Arena.
The Washington football team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the only one. They're the only one who
The
don't
Washington
have.
football team.
Oh yeah. The Washington Whites. Wait, oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh no, that's just as bad as the last one.
No.
They really can't seem to avoid problematic names.
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
like I just why it just come on. Paramount, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do Peppa Pig Stadium. I want it. I want it so bad. I've never wanted anything so much from a sports team as
Luckily,
I do
this
Peppa Pig Center.
luckily this podcast has the pull where now that will be on their radar. They'll be aware that that's what we want.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
this will generate some buzz.
yeah. I want to generate tens of thoughts.
Yes.
Anyway, here we go. Oh yes, excellent. This one tracks. Oh, I'm glad to
Yeah.
see him. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yep, there's 3 teams I thought deserved to be on here, and I hate 2 of them. I've seen both the 2 that I hate. New England fans are smug, and they're smug with a long resume to back it up. They
that
get
makes it
interviews
worse.
immediately when they apply for smug positions. You know, like it's not like the kind of smug where it's like, "Hey, you keep fooling yourself," sort of thing. It is a yeah, and it's like your friend who like had like a ridiculous trust fund and knew he could just spend the money. It would never fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's that for your team performing well. And you know what? I live to see the trust fund run out, and it feels
Yep.
really good.
Now there's a power vacuum, and we're all
Yeah.
fighting for it.
I live to see you have 1 month where you're like, I'm gonna have to give you a minute to pay rent.
And if they draft a bad quarterback, there's a chance it could continue.
Oh, let's go. Oh, doesn't that
They-
sound nice? Oh, doesn't it sound nice?
It
Just
will be
clown on
kind
New
of a
England
disaster.
forever?
Yeah, it would be kind of a disaster if they drafted another good quarterback with their high pick this year, though. But you don't need to think about that.
No, I can't deal with it. I
That's-
can't
yeah.
deal with it right now. We still have to talk about Stephon Diggs. Anyway,
There will be a draft special at some point.
their insecurity.
This is not the draft special.
So this is them, their insecurity, so that the fans' insecurity and the sense that all their hard-won respectability could vanish at any time breeds a distinct and unsavory meanness in their nature. What? Look,
That
they
was
weren't.
3 Super Bowls ago as well. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
dude. They saw from this time, they saw their favorite player and favorite coach win 3 Super Bowls, and then their favorite player leave and win another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're fine, okay?
Oh,
They're
God.
fine. Look, they're smug assholes, but they were right. they did.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
doing
Yeah,
okay.
there's a famous like YouTube saga where somebody was complaining about somebody who is playing a song that's very difficult on piano, pretty good, and they're like, I could do it better, and like prove it. And then he posted a video, and by all accounts, he did. And it was like watching the bad guy win at the end of a movie, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Every year, for the people who watch the show but don't watch sports at all, you get the like bad guy winning at the end of a movie vibe anytime the Patriots do well. Nobody wants to see it.
I just
There was
wanted to
one
be.
time where I kind of wanted to see it. But it was when
Who are they
Malcolm
playing
Butler.
against that you were
They were
so
playing
upset?
against the Seahawks after the Packers just absolutely like had the game won and then just blew it by not recovering an onside kick and our defense doing nothing. And then like we had one of the worst losses I've ever experienced as a Packer fan. And I'm just like, I just want the freaking Patriots to beat the Seahawks in the most painful way that I can think of. And then they exceeded my expectations with Malcolm Butler picking the ball off on the goal line. So other than
So
that, though,
so
take it or
anyway,
leave it.
I can safely say, I've never cheered for the Patriots. I
all right.
think like they would legit like there would have to be a team that was actively doing evil in the world every time they won, losing like stopped them somehow. Like if you told me that the only way to stop a portal from hell opening was the New England Patriots beating another football team, and the portal to hell was going to open and cause like a horrible war where a lot of people would die, I would say. So, what happens if they tie?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be looking for loopholes. Yeah.
All right, so here's the problem with this one, okay? The problem with this one is not that New York Giants fans are assholes. The problem is that New York Giants fans are from New York and people from New York are assholes.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is I
It's
just
a
I'm from
yeah.
Buffalo. Many of you know this. I during COVID, my mom was on one of the COVID response teams who traveled to New York City, and I would visit her from time to time while she was out there. Um, and I remember I was in I was in just like a little diner, sitting at, like outside at a diner in Brooklyn. And I sat down and I ate my food and I listened to my audiobook, and I was like, this is delicious. This is great food. So I had been greeted very nicely by the wait staff, and I walk over to the manager and I say, "Hey, are you the manager on staff?" And this human being went stone faced and looked like he was tensed for a fucking fight. Uh, this man got ready for a fist fight with me at half a moment's notice when I came up and asked, "Are you the manager here?" And like I saw his body language, and I was like, "I just wanted to tell you that it was a really great dinner, and the person who was helping me is really nice, and I just wanted to tell you it was a really nice experience." And he was like, "Oh, really?" I said,
It's
I
I
not
was
said,
that
gonna
people.
say
It's not that people in New York are bad people. It's that they're tense.
"Yeah,
Because like I went to my favorite bar. The first time I was there, they had somebody hassling them for bullshit. And it's one of my favorite bars in the world in New York. It's Pianos, by the way, for the people who save all the locations I shout out. There's somebody hassling them, and the bar was really nice about it. But in New York, you do kind of have to be prepared to assert yourself pretty aggressively sometimes, and I can see how that spills out in sports games.
for sure."
and
Um,
also and also anytime you're the manager at a restaurant and someone wants to talk to you, they're usually annoyed or upset and like
like
gonna complain about something ridiculous.
not in Buffalo, not in Buffalo, fucking New York. If I like when
Yeah,
I or people I know talk to me, it is for compliments. We do not complain about wait staff here. We complain about managers.
even
I
then, like
suppose,
they have
yeah.
to give us a reason too. Our natural instinct is not to complain.
It
yeah.
I've worked at
Oh
two
gosh.
restaurants. One was a very nice restaurant, the other was an Applebee's. And at the Applebee's, everyone would just complain about everything. And at the nice restaurant, we never had any problems. Like the manager, you know what I mean? Like, so it's definitely an environmental thing on some level.
Yeah.
Like,
And like the
although
look on this man's
was
face was that no one had ever been nice to him in his entire life. And I was like, "Oh, buddy."
yeah.
I, I was actually just in New York the other weekend for Jackson's birthday because it's his favorite city in the world and one of mine also. And it it was a nice time, but there is like a terseness to people sometimes when uh they don't know you and you're anywhere near them. You just walk past somebody on the street like a little too fast, and they're like, "Are they saying I'm slow?" It's like, no, I'm just moving quicker than you are. They have this look on their face. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing if you like shuffle in on the subway last minute. Everybody looks at you weird. Sorry that people aren't paying attention. Those are my favorite people in New York.
So I'm
Yeah, the
inclined.
people who
That being
just
said,
don't.
Okay,
that
go
being
ahead.
said, Giants fans have to be like the Jets fans need to be higher, right?
Oh, for sure. Well, now I
I
say
would
that.
imagine, yeah.
I say that, but
Well,
well, you and I, Zach, interact with Jets fans a lot more. So
Okay,
it might just be response
yes.
bias.
Okay, you can choose one of two teams, and I feel like naturally all the assholes are going to gravitate towards one team over the other. Although I should note there's like a complicated neighborhood breakdown of what team you cheer for in different parts of New York.
I've heard
The
this.
Giants are like really Manhattan heavy, and I know that Brooklyn tends to be more Jets territory. And I like Brooklyn and Manhattan a lot. I don't know what Queens and Bronx and Staten Island their loyalties are, but the less I think about Staten Island, the better. So sorry for all our Staten Island viewers. By sorry, I mean begrudgingly. We
Yeah,
accept you.
for all our to all our Staten Island viewers, I mean, maybe move. Um, moving right along.
There's four better boroughs.
uh, there's four better boroughs and Long Island, which
also,
I know you're not gonna
yeah.
like this, but
Also,
it
this
is
brings
better.
up.
Controversial but true.
Also, this brings up them being mad at Tiki Barber. But like right around this time in history, Tiki Barber was like shit talking Eli Manning right before Eli went on to win a Super Bowl. So like, I understand why they booed Tiki Barber in context. I'm pretty sure. Like, I think that was kind of warranted if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, what we're learning is this article sucks. Does anyone have any
Yeah.
guesses as to what team this man cheers for?
Ah,
So
I don't know.
He
Yeah,
seems like an LA fan to me.
there were no LA teams at this point
There were no LA teams at this
in
point.
2012.
When did
In tw-
when did
I
it
so
was
yeah, the LA teams were not they moved the Rams was late 2010s, I want to say, right?
oh
Or
maybe they
maybe
did. No, it was, I think it was a little after 2012. Yeah. So yeah,
okay?
you're right.
Okay.
yeah,
2015-ish maybe.
yeah. So I did look up this guy and found his LinkedIn. Don't do that, people in the comments. But actually, it's publicly facing information. I guess you can do
Yeah,
that.
I mean
Based on that
this man publishes articles for magazines. I mean, like
yeah,
I
he's a public figure.
don't know.
Uh, based on his location, he's
Now
got
what
to
I
be a
am going to
Broncos
tell you,
fan.
what I am going to tell you is don't go dunk on him for his sports takes 12 years ago.
Don't
That's what you're not allowed to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't
Don't
dig up a
tell him the
decades-old
interesting
grudge
football
because he's
club.
shitting on your team. If he shits
Don't
on the Bills, though, I will be doing that.
yeah,
If the
don't
Bills
tell
are
him
number
the
one, I
interesting
am dunking
football
on them.
club sent you to
Do as I
complain.
say, not as I do.
No,
Uh,
tell him the
Yeah.
interesting football club invites him on for their podcast.
oh,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We want to.
it'd be wrong for me to just show up and be like that, right? I need to need to invite him on to properly dunk on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I want him to come on, and then I want to see I want to know what his list looks like today. Has he updated his list? I want to know.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting question.
All right, Michael, talk to me about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I have been to one notable game that contained roughly 50% Steelers fans. Um, and they were very unhappy at the end of it. Um, so I don't
Uh,
know. I probably have a lot of complaints with them had they won that game, but but no. I uh I don't know. I mean, the terrible towels are are fine. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah, it's fun, right? It's
But
fun. It's fun and
yeah,
quirky, like Peppa Pig, right? Like Peppa Pig Stadium. We got Peppa Pig. They got towels, right? It's
yeah,
weird, but whatever.
yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose I might as well bring it up. I've been hiding my power level a little bit. The game I was at in Jerry World was the Super Bowl between the Packers and the Steelers.
Oh wow.
Oh, dude, let's
So
go.
yeah, yeah.
You had a lot of very tense interactions with Steelers fans there.
Yes, I very much would have much harsher feelings towards the Pittsburgh Steelers had that game gone differently, but as is, I don't have any complaints.
So
I would feel very mean dunking on them.
You're the, you're one of two other people I know who uses the term hiding your power level. One of those people is bait.
I yeah.
Uh,
I
I
was like, I'd mentioned I'd been to Jerry World, and then I'm like, I've been to a game that was roughly 50% Steelers fans. I'm like, I might as well just say it at this point.
I
Yeah.
Hey, you know
I
what?
can't hate the
Hang on,
Steelers
Zach.
all
Give me
that
one
much.
second. Hold on,
I
Zach.
hate
Hey,
certain
here's hold
historic
on.
players on the
Wait,
Steelers.
hold on one second. Hold on one second before you go in. Uh, you know what? Audience at home, I'm not cutting any of this. We're gonna live craft this. Uh, the
Oh boy.
delay is pretty bad. So how about we try a turn order? Uh, uh,
Oh
uh,
no.
right, just like a natural following. When Michael finishes talking, Zach, it's usually your turn, and when you're done, it's usually my turn. So you go ahead.
Okay. We'll try. We will try to have order for once. It
We'll
will not
try it.
work.
We'll give it a shot. Is it not, Zach? Are you not
Wait,
gonna?
who's going?
Oh no! Damn it!
Oh,
Oh shit!
sorry.
Oh, it broke immediately.
You didn't. Yeah, you didn't mention whose turn it was
Do you
to
want me
start it,
to? I
which
can.
is
Do you
usually
want me to go?
crucial.
I can. If
But
you want to.
oh, okay. I want to say I don't. There are certain Steelers players I don't like that they're not on the team anymore. Uh, and I won't go into the things they have been credibly and repeatedly accused of. But um, the Steelers fans that I've met have been pretty chill people for the most part. Uh, Pittsburgh people are fun, and I feel like there's going to be another Pennsylvania football team on here that definitely has mean fans, but I love them.
Uh, I actually have some specific and recent um memories of Steelers fans because we had the very unexpected Steelers Bills playoff game that the Steelers were not expecting to make it to, and the Bills were not expecting to have a home playoff game. Um, uh, uh, and I happened to get stuck out of town during that giant snowstorm that weekend. And my whole family, we all drove into town together. All the way back from Florida, we drove all the way home. And once we passed like the middle of Pennsylvania, there's a lot of Steelers fans driving with us. All driving on the way up to see that game. And dude, honestly, they were really nice. What they were was terrified. They were so intimidated by the prospect of Bills fans. But they have heard like the league hears terrible things about us, and they're all true. But like they leave out the parts that are really fun. In the yes, we will scream and jump through a table. We will set fire to a sacrificial pyre of folding tables and disposable grills. We will do that, and the fire will be 25 feet tall. But like, if you're wearing a Steelers jersey, you'll get a beer and a marshmallow. It was really nice, and this person was like, "So what? So like, you guys are nice. Are all Bills fans this nice?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're pretty nice." And he's like,
Yeah.
what should I do when I get there? I'm on my own." And we were like, "Dude, just go to the tailgate and like talk to the people next to you. They'll they'll josh you a little bit, but you know." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, we do the same thing for most teams. He was very specific. For most teams, he's like, we do the same thing. I had some really lovely interactions with Steelers fans that weekend. So I have a high opinion of
Well, you're not a table, are you? Oh, well, then you're fine.
them.
Yeah, I was about to say we save all of our aggression towards folding tables. That's where it all comes out.
Yeah, are you
I've
a
only
folding
seen
table or a plate of chicken wings or a New England fan?
I've only seen Bills fans set themselves on fire in pregame, never opposing fans. So
Yeah, we do that relatively rarely. Now
yeah,
fans are all the way from Jacksonville to San Diego. Oh boy, here they are. Zach, I'm tossing to you. These are the ones we know.
These are the New York Jets. Uh, this is a great football fandom if you want to hate everybody, but also yourself. Because uh, the no team has been able to pull defeat from the jaws of victory in their career more than the New York Jets. And to make it even worse, there was a year where they were good enough to win the Super Bowl, and it was so long ago that most living fans cannot remember it. So that's not like, our day will come. Your day came, and your empire has fallen, and you live in the ruins.
Yeah,
My name is Ozymandias, and I am your starting quarterback because you keep going through them.
Ozzy man, dude's nuts taste good. Uh, oh boy, this is outdated. Uh, uh, Michael,
This is
talk to me
quite a
about
bit
the.
outdated. Also, Michael, do you have anything to say about the Jets? Because
Oh
we
yeah,
did
I'm
kind of
sorry.
jump.
Please, yeah. I thought we covered most of
no,
the
not
like New
Oh,
York stuff.
yeah, not
making
really.
fun of. By the way, making fun of their coach Rex Ryan. Ooh, ooh.
Oh boy.
Right,
I
right.
gotta say, when he was the Bills head coach, he did at least still keep the Jets out of the playoffs.
Actually, you know what? I have some seriously negative things to say about Jets fans now that I think about it.
Okay, yeah,
There
please.
Okay,
was
go
like
for it.
there was a very recent offseason where there was a constant online fight about how many first round picks they were willing to give up for our star quarterback. And they were being a bunch of assholes online, being like, he's worth a third round pick. I'm like, no, two firsts, or we can just let him retire. It's fine. Like, we don't care. There was whole, like, months of debate over who had what leverage and everything, and then, as it turns out, we based our compensation on him playing 60% of the snaps, and he played 0.06% of the snaps, if that. So,
It's
Wow,
we
what team
we
did that
didn't
to
a
him?
lot of a lot of leverage talk over nothing.
Whew.
The
Well,
average
at
Jets
least he didn't
fan
make any controversial political statements during that time, right?
Yeah, the average Jets fan has spent more time arguing on Twitter about, the leverage in an Aaron Rodgers trade than they have spent watching Aaron Rodgers play football.
I
Oh, that's delicious.
I just want to know, and I don't know if this is still sensitive for you guys, but I like it has some real like the car breaks down 4 months after the warranty ends kind of energy. It
Yeah,
has,
we
you
send
know.
our quarterbacks there to die, yeah. One of them
Yeah.
one of them, we send him off, and now the internet has seen his penis, and then the next one that we get, we send him off, and now the internet has seen his political takes, and I'm not sure which is more embarrassing.
Whoa.
Well, the
Wait.
other one also did commit massive amounts of like governmental fraud.
Tom
Which, to
Tom's
be
reaction
fair,
makes me yeah. Yeah,
if
that's
if
true
I had
too.
if I had the option between everybody seeing my penis or the massive amount of fraud I'm committing, I'd probably pick my penis.
Yeah, yeah. The reaction Tom had made me think he may not have seen Brett Favre's penis.
Can we just not use the word penis so much? It's such a terrible word. It's just like one of the
You know,
worst words in the English language. There's so many better words. I talk about this a lot Actually,
so many-
like
I-
a lot. No, how dare you jump in the middle of my penis bit? I talk about this way more than I probably should. There are so many good words for male genitalia, and so few good words for female genitalia. I talk about this all the time.
That's yeah.
There's one
I
good
I
word
don't know.
you can.
I feel like
No, hey, how dare you? There's
go
one.
for it. Go for it. Keep
It's
going.
you. You know the one. You know which one I have to do. There's one good word, and you
Yes.
can only say it in Australia. Moving right along.
Meanwhile, for the male genitalia, any male first name in the proper context, and they'll know what you mean.
Hang on. let me think
Everyone
here.
has seen his Peter, his Willie, his John, his yeah, anything.
Oh yeah.
If you say everyone has seen your Tom, your Zach,
Yeah.
it'd be like,
Everybody's
okay, I get it by
everybody's
context.
seen it. Everybody's seen his Reginald. Everybody's seen his
Yeah.
Buford.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. I can't believe how well that works.
Yeah, every single male first name.
Everyone's seen his Jacques, his Javier, his Sergey.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. They all. That's wow.
Oh.
They all work. In the comments below.
Yep. Which male first name do you prefer?
But don't
To,
put context, or YouTube will get mad. Just say male first
Yeah.
names.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man. All right. Any other thoughts on
This is the
Jets
best
fans?
episode. This is the best episode we've had. My God, I'm dying.
This is pretty good. Oh
So,
man. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, the next team, I'm gonna say, the Raiders, are now my like backup team because I love the city of Las Vegas so much. But I do know their fans are like they're the OG smug New England fans, where they used to be the NFL villains, as it says right here, for a long time. And it's like somebody, rocking up and being like, yeah, man, I was, I ran with a real tough crew back in the 1980s. And then like you find out that crew was actually like a major terrorist group.
Yeah, the Black Hole did have that reputation for like the worst fans and like the most violent fans of like any stadium that I've heard having that reputation. It was Oakland's old stadium.
Yeah, people get into fights all the time with the black hole. Now they have a Death Star, so they can just blow up your planet quickly instead of slowly tearing it apart.
He showed
Yep.
everyone his Elias.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
They showed everybody's Elias.
Wow.
Uh,
All right.
I
don't
did
have-
also hear
Oh, go ahead.
from I was gonna say this was a story I think I heard on Pat McAfee's show where there was people talking about just going to old games in the Oakland Stadium and you could just smell the like clouds of marijuana smoke wafting down from like the top row if the wind
That's-
was right.
that's Oakland, baby.
Yeah.
I do like Oakland. I like the Bay Area in general. If it was ever cheap to live there, I might have a place, but it never will be.
Yep.
Never will be.
Uh.
Yeah, are you guys still talking about football? Is that
Oh
what's
my. Oh
happening?
my goodness!
Yes,
It's random
welcome
internet
to the
guy
football club.
in here for the last few minutes of the interesting football club. Come on down.
Oh, I was gonna tell more bad fan stories after we got through the list.
Yeah, I was
I
actually.
have two.
Yeah, I was gonna say right before we
Is
get
it finally
to number
recorded?
one. Does anyone have any stories that they would like to share?
I'm gonna do my two because they're both real quick. One, my mom used to go to a ton of sports games before she had me and my brother, and she would basically go to every Sabres away game that she could. And the Hartford Whalers, who became the Carolina Hurricanes later, their fans were so mean and violent that her and my dad feared for their life at a game and never came back. Those are the only away games they would not do. Their
God.
fans were so ridiculous. Meanwhile, the next week, somebody accidentally bumped into her a little bit at a Leafs game, in Toronto, and they were very like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And it's like, no, you're good. Like somebody was like moshing into me violently at a game just a week ago. But you also get the Tom. Sorry, this is a side that's making the story longer. Have you heard about the difference between the Leafs fans who go to the home games and Leafs fans who go to away games?
I haven't heard about it, but I am aware of the the difference. Yes.
No, it's, so there's a. Oh wait, you've also met them. That's true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You've met the away Leafs fans.
I've been to Leaf Sabres games. It's really something.
I didn't
So
hear about it. I was there.
They're a lot of
yeah,
fun.
you know what? That's true. Yeah, it's like asking somebody if they've heard about the Vietnam War and then seeing 1,000 Yard Stare and like, oh yeah,
Canada plays over helicopters.
do, do, do. They see a red leaf and they want to paint it black.
Yeah, there's the joke. That's it.
Yeah. The for those at home and for those who might not know, it's really hard to like the Maple Leafs, even if they're complete shit, are still the most expensive like tickets usually in the NHL. So you get all these like super like wealthy professionals who go to all the home games, and then everybody else has to go see the games in Buffalo. So not only are they mad because they couldn't get tickets to a home game, they then have to drive and cross a border just to see their team play. So they are already like in a bad mood because if you ever have to go over any of those bridges, it ruins your day. Tom can confirm.
Like your day gets bad because you have to wait on the bridge, and your day gets worse because you enter the city of Buffalo, New York.
And if you're not there for clothing shopping and you're Canadian, you have no reason to be there usually. And that contrast, there's only like my mom has very few bad things to say about all the different teams. The Hartford Whalers, she's glad they're gone. She's glad that team doesn't exist anymore. The other thing, the like craziest sports fans I've met in my going to Dota tournaments, LGD fans from China are insane because LGD is the most popular team in the most like popular Dota playing country. They are like the New England fans, but where they're like really smug about how good their team is, but they are super duper like emotionally invested in it to the point that like the stadium will just live. If LGD gets knocked out, they'll just leave. Like some of them will come back the next day, but like half the stadium will empty out because they were only there not for the love of the game, but for their team, which is so like anti-Dota. USA fans, like we're used to bandwagoning. We know the American teams are going to get knocked out before like the top four. We will just adopt the team that feels the most American at that moment, even if they have zero American players. We'll just be like, you guys are Team America now. We're going to chant USA. I know all five of you are from Europe, but congratulations, you're new Team America.
Yeah,
The LGD fans, it's only that like they're yeah. Well, I chanted USA repeatedly for a team that had zero American players, and I'm proud of that. But
you chanted USA for the Buffalo Sabres?
Yes. Every other Chinese team, like their fans are like, no, I really love Dota, but LGD fans are just so singularly focused on one team, and like they have like a Taylor Swift level obsession with some of the players on it too, where they like follow their personal lives very closely. And it's like, dude, I'm here because it's a cool looking video game.
Unfortunately, the worst fans that I have ever experienced have been Bills fans. The worst thing I ever saw fans do was at that last Chiefs game, that Chiefs playoffs game. Everyone in the stadium knew what box Taylor Swift was in. And like the 3 or 4 rows in front of her box, I was like 2 sections over in the 100 level, so like I could see up into the box, but I wasn't anywhere close to it. But you could very clearly see fans stand up, turn around, flip her off, slam on the glass, just being huge fucking assholes in front of that box. And I'm like, she's just here to fucking watch football, you piece of shit.
Just here to watch your boyfriend play.
Do not give our fans a bad name on national television just because you aren't a fan of one motherfucker's music. Piece of shit.
I gotta say, I think she was able to shake it off.
How fucking absolutely dare you? All right, Michael.
Hating Taylor Swift. Yeah, hating Taylor Swift is better saved for like throwing into the general ether that is the internet than like physically in person hating on Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I can clown on Taylor Swift on this YouTube channel. She'll never watch it. It will never bother her, and she can wipe away any tears that some guy talking about football on the internet has with their massive amounts of money. But that when it's real and in person, you're just there to watch a football game. That's another thing. Although I'm going to be real, I did want her to watch your boyfriend lose. That was my desire at that time, and I was aware of what it meant for her.
But I wanted that
Yep.
for Patrick Mahomes' wife too. All right, it wasn't personal.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Michael, any
in terms of
final stories?
Yeah, so I don't have anything like really terrible. All of them alcohol involved, being that I've been at mostly Packers games. There was one time this very drunk Vikings fan lady was like a few rows back of me that just like constantly started like chirping and getting more and more drunk as the game went on. But she wasn't like yelling solely at like the players or the field. It was like it turned into like yelling at like a lady 3 rows away from her and like yelling at random individuals until like at some point in like the late third quarter, like some security people came and like escorted her like out. Um and so like I don't have any specific memories of anything terrible she did, more just like being a general nuisance. But then there was also this one time where this guy was very, very drunk and he ended up throwing up a little bit on the head of a old gentleman a row in front of him. And what I think is a testament to how nice Packers fans are, like the entire section just like looked at him like we're not mad, we're just disappointed. And the old guy just, like, without a word, like, went to clean himself off, and that guy just walked himself out and never came back. So, yeah. Other than getting too drunk at games, nothing too crazy.
I'm inclined to turn this into a public service announcement. Just like, don't be assholes to other fans. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't be assholes to other. They're just here to watch football. They like their football team in exactly the same ways that you like your football team. And like, cheer for your teams, but give each other a beer and be nice to each other. We can all have a better time if we all have a better time together.
Yep.
Oh, and if your kids are talking shit, throw them on the ice.
Yeah,
I
agree.
like adults know what is an appropriate amount of shit talk when they're soberish.
Right.
Children do not know what is an appropriate amount of shit talk. And man, at the Sabres game, this 10-year-old behind us was screaming at the ice the most vapid insults at our own goalie. Control your children. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, place your bets now. What is the number one worst team?
We all know what it is.
It's gotta be that's the Eagles. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
I knew the top two even before you scrolled down. Like, it was just a matter of which order because apparently this guy was a Broncos fan. So could have been the
Perhaps
Raiders
most
number one
notoriously,
with that in mind. But
they pelted a genial dude dressed in Santa Claus outfit with snowballs in 1968.
Hey, they also threw trash at him. They're missing the story. This is a point of pride in Philadelphia. They threw trash at Santa, and he deserved it.
they also threw popcorn at their coach after the end of last season.
And he deserved it. This is the other team I cheer for. I'm a Bills fan. I also like the Eagles. All the fans are assholes, and many of them are my very good friends, and they'll admit they're assholes when it comes to cheering for the Eagles.
Jack,
Uh,
you gotta tell me though,
they-
what did Santa do? What did the Santa do?
What it's Santa showed up when the Philadelphia Eagles were losing, and that was a sin that is unforgivable.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Santa
you
was there to
can't
bring holiday cheer to people who are watching their team get their ass kicked.
exactly. Yeah, you can't do that.
And they're not in the mood for that. And that is a famous part of the lore there. I want to point out that of the mascots, they do have like an Eagles mascot that's just like an eagle. He for the like proportionality of how like infamous the fans are, they have the least evil looking mascot in all of Philly. Like the Flyers fans are considered to be like kind of rude and gritty, looks gritty. But I will quote John Boyes, the the Philly fanatic for the Phillies. He's not representative of anything. He is just an asshole. He,
Yeah.
He is
he's not
kinda
supposed to
cute.
be any animal or anything in particular. He is the embodiment of just an asshole. And honestly,
Which is a good
what
it's a
douchebag would be if douchebag was a person. Is that what's
yeah,
going on with
yes,
this guy?
exactly. The Philly fanatic is like if a douchebag was like
He made
devoid
a
of all
douchebag
human
stuffed
features.
animal.
He's nothing but pure douchebag. He's a douchebag stuffed animal. Yes. And
The soul of a
honestly,
douchebag.
out of all the fandoms of Philly, I think that they're the least toxic. Is the Phillies? Maybe Gritty. Everybody loves Gritty. Gritty's great.
Yeah,
Gritty's
Uh,
amazing,
when
yeah.
you're done
and
with this,
I
I
don't-
have another pitch, by the way.
and then I think the most toxic fandom in all of Philadelphia, ironically, is the only team I cheer for as my first preference is the 76ers. Oh my God, people have like a abusive relationship with those Sixers. I don't know what their mascot is actually. I'm sure they do
Oh,
have one.
he's
Oh,
cute.
his dog.
I like him. I like him. His name is Franklin.
I guess okay.
And he's
say-
fucking
Franklin.
ripped.
I can now say the like chillness of your mascot is directly disproportionate or inverse of the chillness of your team in the city of Philadelphia. The nicer your mascot looks, the meaner your fans are.
Yo, I hate this so much.
Yes, Benjamin Franklin.
This is not
with
good.
a basketball.
Fallen Ben Franklin.
Honestly, wait, I need to see the full-on mascot costume version of Ben Franklin before I make up my mind, because that could be kind of hilarious.
Jack, can we see Ballin' Ben? Show us Ballin'
Oh
Ben.
God. Ah! Oh no! Oh no!
What the fuck?
Ah!
I don't know if they ever ran with that as a mascot.
Yeah,
What the
that must just
hell?
be the Washington Nationals have the president's race. That's probably the closest we'll get.
Oh man.
The Milwaukee Brewers have a bunch of racing sausages, which is pretty cool.
Oh no, we gotta stop doing this because right after this, my pitch was going to be let's do a mascot tier list right after this. Let's just do
Yeah,
no
I think
Game
we-
of Thrones
I
content
think
today.
we do have to record a main channel episode at some point, but I would love to also talk about sports mascots because I have opinions. I have so many opinions.
All
And
right.
honestly, Buffalo, we need to step our game up.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean we got good.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We need to step our game up. What
Right.
on earth are you
Saber-
talking about? Sabretooth,
I-
NHL.
I
This
like
is the best.
Sabretooth.
Look at this guy. The best. I love this. I love him so much.
I like
Look at
Sabretooth.
him. Look at him. He's so fucking cute.
I like Sabretooth. We can
That is
we
pretty
can do a
good.
couple other ones. We don't have like a Bills mascot that has any recognition.
Oh my god.
I'm sure we
he's-
have one that's like buried somewhere.
He's such a little shit. It's so good.
Do you
He-
guys still run a I was just gonna say, do you run a live buffalo in ever on like a leash? Because that's pretty chill mascot if you have a
That'd be
real
fun.
buffalo.
No, we don't.
I know
That'd be
Colorado
lovely.
Colorado does that. That's who I'm thinking of. I think Colorado Buffaloes occasionally will like run in a real buffalo leading their team onto the field.
Yeah, there he is. He's Billy. I like Billy.
Billy Buffalo is uninspired, and we can do better.
Yeah, I agree. He's a solid C. Oh, there he is, hugging Stefan Diggs goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
goodbye,
it
Stefan.
Stefan Diggs time?
Yeah,
Oh
that
man.
was the only person who wanted to hug him as he left.
Oh. Zach, how do you feel about getting a second round pick for Stefan Diggs?
I, I, I'm not ready to emotionally process this yet. He was my favorite player on the team. Uh, I love people who possess talents that I know I will live my entire life, even if I live the longest life I could possibly have. I am incapable of becoming as good at that as Stefan Diggs is. I'm older now. I have dyspraxia, so my motor skills are never that good, anyways. And my reaction time was never amazing, even when I was at my peak. I will never be as good as Stefan Diggs is at catching a speeding projectile thrown directly at him. I feel like you could throw a brick at Stefan Diggs and he would catch it safely. Like I love that man, and I was so happy when he was on our team. And now he's not, and it's a real bummer. And he has to play for a team that I really just don't give a shit about one way or the other. I guess I'm glad he's not on a team I hate, because that would have been a real bummer. But it sucks. It sucks watching your favorite player go. At least we still have Josh and Tyler, but I'm gonna be bummed for a while.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
makes sense. I am currently slightly depressed about Aaron Jones being lowballed on his offer and then going to the freaking Vikings like
Oh,
instantly after that.
yeah, because there's a
That one's gonna
rivalry
sting
there.
for a bit.
Yeah, I gotta say, at least he's not gonna be in a or anything like that.
He's not gonna be in a what? Sorry.
Patriots jersey.
Ah, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's some small consolation for you. Normally, when my favorite players on the Packers go to the Vikings, they stop at the Jets first, but in this case, no, it didn't happen. If Aaron Rodgers leaves the Jets after this year and goes to the Vikings, I will be very annoyed.
There's some history there.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, y'all. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode. We've established that the Philadelphia Eagles are the meanest fans in the NFL. That you really shouldn't be mean to fans from out of town, and that David Allison doesn't know all that much about football. Thank you all for joining me. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Say goodbye. Bye.